Hey, Elip here from ksound.com, here with another video showing you guys some things inside of Studio One 3. I came up with something quick and thought it would be pretty cool to show you guys what I'm working on. This time in this video, we are working with Massive from Native Instruments, and we're probably going to stick with Native Instruments. Sounds pretty crazy. Native Instruments. But anyway, this is what I came up with. Now, some of you guys may be thinking Michael Jackson. No, this is not. Although it do sound like it, but just playing around with some stuff like pluck sounds inside of Massive, and came up with that. And want to build a EDM style track here. So the next thing I will probably pull up here, it will be Battery, most likely. So we're gonna go to that. Just go ahead and just drag it in. Battery 4. Battery is a pretty dope plug-in for drums. I use it religiously. It's a pretty awesome plug-in to have in your arsenal. So, as usual, I never really know which kit I'm gonna use. As you can see, it's like a million of them, right? Maybe 1,000, but it's quite a few of them, and I usually just randomly click on something, because you never know what it'll give. What it'll give you. I'm always open to surprises. So that's pretty fat, but we're gonna remember that fat step kit. But I think I want to go for something else. Let's see what they. Exile. I guess right now we can stick to the fat step kit. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just duplicate that and start building at bar 5. Nope, that's wrong. Gotta make sure you on the next track. Cool. I'm so not feeling that kick. It's just not. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember what I use. Techno. Let's see what it is. What is this? I think this might be more so what I'm looking for right here. And this is a C sharp C1, I believe. Yep. Nope, it's not. C2. Okay. So I'm gonna just take these and Okay. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. So let's start there from the top and just. You know what? I'm thinking I want to do something else with this. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do here with this is bounce that in place. That's going to be my kick. And that's all I want to do right now. And there was some other things I heard that Battery was doing. I don't know. Just coming up with some ideas right quick. You know, something like that. 2, 3, 4. I think I'm gonna go with that. You know, just build in, make, you know, just. Let's add that in there. All right. We're going to bounce that in place. And I'm telling you guys, the reason why I do this is to conserve on CPU. My CPU is located down here. You can see it. Let's bring that back up. If you click on it, it'll actually pull up. This is the CPU. So I'm using like 2% or around 10% when playing. And when you want to keep this relatively low, you know what I mean? And when you have several plugins, it tends to hike up. So, you know, working with waves is always better than working with multiple plugins. But sometimes you have to, you know, you have to do things like that, which is totally fine. I just rather do it this way. It just, you know, it's a little bit better for me. All right, I'm going to see what this sound like in the next section. So if I was to just don't sound bad at all. Sounds pretty good so far. So I want to do something pretty cool right here. So I'm gonna have to activate the note repeat to accomplish what I want to do, which is down here, note repeat. All right, so my resolution is 1/16. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I keep starting from the beginning. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bounce that in place. Let's call it snare up. Okay, I like that. Let's go with that. Just wanted to make sure everything was quantized, like that, because I have my input quantized on, and sometimes my quantize it doesn't input the notes where I anticipate, because I might be like so far off, further than what Studio One understands as, you know, the closest note to the grid or whatever. And so it's like you got to be almost perfect in order to lock everything perfectly. So what we're going to do here is explode pitches to tracks. So that way we can get, because we added both, two different things. This is my shaker here. And someone named that shaker, and that claps. All right, and then I could take both of these here and bounce those down immediately, really quick. I'm gonna delete that. I don't need that anymore. So if you guys ever bounce something down and it don't look like it bounce anything out, make sure the volume, because sometimes it's the volume, it came in kind of light, because this came in a little hotter, because it's the clap is obviously a little hotter than the shaker, Or sometimes if you overdub your track, then most times it'll come out just straight lines all the way through and there's nothing on it. And that's because if you overdub on top of your MIDI channel or your MIDI track, you want to make sure that you select everything underneath it, because it's a very high possibility that you only bouncing down the last track, the last region on top of that, you know what I mean? And it won't bounce down the whole thing. So you gotta make sure you select everything. Usually what I do is I go outside the grid like this, click on the outside, and then just, everything in that section or in that loop range or whatever, highlight it and merge them together. That way when you do the bouncing down or bouncing place, it will come with everything. I may make that mistake later on in this video, I'm not sure, but I've made that mistake many times where I was like, man, what's going on? And then keep in mind also that they're on the bottom here, bottom far right, you can also change the wave view to make them bigger or small right here. It's a little thing down here, so that also helps as well. So let's So we're gonna go in and play around with Massive a little bit, just to change the tone a little bit, just a little bit. So as you can see so far, Massive is very powerful. They have a lot of parameters you can go into and change things up. You can even take things from the microcontrol and move them places. You know what I mean? You can do stuff like that all day, which gives you more control. I've never played that much in here to that point, but I've seen it happen so many times, and I just said, you know what, let's focus on Massive. You know. I think I like that. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna merge those two together. Just that quick, I forgot how to merge them together. Okay. All right. So let's bounce that down. just like that. And I kind of want to leave that there because I'm not sure if I'm gonna change it later. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there and just unmute it, and we're gonna play with another instrument on top of that. I'm also going after like a, I guess like a pluckish type sound. Let's see, pluck strings. I don't really want to do pluck strings. Probably some type of bass. I don't know. That sounds pretty cool. It's just too late, which most likely that's, let's see, we gotta play with some settings up here. Dope. I actually like that. That's dope. That's dope. Let's call this, I guess give it the name of the actual preset. I guess I need to get in the habit of doing it in case I need to come back to something. That's pretty dope. I like that. And you know what? I am going to leave that in case I need to come back to that. So it's muted. The region is muted, and we're gonna just play with something. And let me say this. Something I've really never expressed. I've never said anything, but I'm just now thinking about this because this was an issue when I was inside of Logic Pro. Now, when I duplicate a track or whatever case may be, Studio One is good for automatically going to the instrument that is associated to the track that you are selected on. If you are in Logic Pro, if the instrument you're using is on track 1 and then you automatically switch to track 2, you have to double click, click out of that previous plugin and double click on the track that's associated with that current track that you're selected on, or whatever track that you are getting ready to start editing or doing some work or recording on. I have made countless mistakes on being selected on the track that I want to track on, but the instrument is still somehow, is still on the previous track, and I have recorded over that. I mean, it's nothing, it's as simple as hitting your undo button. But I've noticed, inside of Studio One, just depending on the track that you are selected on, it'll automatically switch to that track. As you can see, we're only working with 2 instruments here, so I did this track here in battery, I believe, but this one in massive. These 2 share the same track. So what I did was, instead of having a second instance of massive, I'm using the same instrument, but I just have this one muted just in case I need to come back to this. And down here, it's the same instrument but a different track, so I can continue doing other things. And it's a good thing I put the name of the region in here, just so if I need to come back, because like I said, we're using the same instrument. So that means that whatever I do here, new instrument I come upon, will be that new instrument, and it won't be this. So even if I unmute this, it will play the new instrument that I selected. You know what I mean? So that's the thing with that. You know, doing it like that. But we're gonna go and play around with something and see what happens. I have no idea what I'm about to come up with next. I'm just looking for cool sounds, and if it sound dope. And with a beat like this, I definitely want to make sure that my kick is hitting. It's gonna make me feel better if my kick is hitting. I put the compressor on the wrong thing. I didn't want to put it on that one. The kick. This is what I wanted on. But I mean, I could leave it there. That's cool. Yeah, when my kick hitting, just like that. That's how you get your kick punchy. To take this Cool. All right, let's see. What else can we go with? We was coming up with something inside of Massive Symphony. Let's see. Oh, I had another sound going, but I guess I'm gonna. All right, I think this is what I was gonna do. I'm gonna just leave that section alone and introduce something different, like later on. Came in too soon. I felt like it came in too soon. So what we're gonna do here is move that down here, and I could have actually let's change my selection to here, and we're gonna just take this, duplicate that. Wait, come on, let's go. Gotta change the tool again, and nope. That's not what we want to do. Don't tell me I have to cut it. Okay, cool. We're just gonna do it like that and let's duplicate those. So we was right here, I think. And we can add some type of sample. I don't know. Some type of sample in there somewhere to kind of give it like something. It's just missing it's missing some stuff. I have no idea of where the sample is gonna come from. No, I really don't want to go through all of this. Just let's see. Let's turn it. All of those will be pretty cool though. Sound like they want to play along with the song. I have no idea how this would sound. I guess it don't want to read. It sounded off, but if you turn it down, there's a lot of times I find that you play with the EQ sometimes and, you know, kind of put it in the background. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you never really know. You at first it sounded off, but like you know, you play with the effects. You know what I mean? And this is what I mean. This is like all the things that I mean when I say playing with the effects, making something different from what it sounds like. It don't necessarily have to make sense when you first listen to it, but you just gotta be able to look and listen beyond what it could sound like. Now, I had no clue that it was gonna do this, but I do know that it comes close to something I was looking for, like something different. And when you play with the EQ, sometimes it kind of makes it into something else, and it just works sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it works. And this one already have reverb on it, which is cool. So it comes with reverb. Wow, that's awesome. I don't even know where I get that from. Some stuff I be just downloading, seeing what's going on. I actually like that. Huh. And then a lot of times you can play the song along with the loop over here to see if it fits, you know? Ooh, I like that. That's dope. That's dope. don't understand why this pop up. That's cool. Let's play it from the top. Let's see what happens. I think this is something I want to add right here. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, yeah. I'm going to continue working on this. This is pretty cool. Something different. You know, just get in, play around with stuff and see what you come up with. You know what I mean? Just be inspired to do anything. You know, these days and times, you just never know who likes, you never know who likes it. So I encourage you guys just to, get into your DAW, whatever DAW of choice that you're using. You using Fruity Loops, by all means, get it in. You know what I mean? You using Studio One, do your thing. You using Reason, man, powerful program. All right. Pro Tools, Logic Pro, Cubase, Bitwig, Ableton Live. You know what I mean? If I didn't call your DAW, just know that whatever DAW you're using, even if I didn't mention it, get in and do your thing. Because at the end of the day, music is art. You're the artist. Paint your picture.